I understand. I do. Oh, here comes some lunch. I thought I smelled something.
Yep.
It wasn't toast. Oh. It smells like sewer.
Yep.
Air conditioning in my car. I've got an old car. Air conditioning in my car. It's not keeping out. I hate to say it, I love you guys, but I'm going back to New England. I understand.
Vermont sounds nice right about now.
What?
Vermont sounds nice right about now.
Well, I was in Maine right on the ocean. That's cool.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I texted you. What you said? Mom's story. Okay, no problem. I promise you can't hear. I'm not trying to hear turn my phone off. I hope he lets you do it.
I hope he does too.
I don't think he will.
I've never
Although his son was our age,
Yeah.
so maybe he will.
Yeah.
You see? Did you see who Jim Bronson is? Here comes Matt.
Yeah.
Commissioner Allen. Here. Commissioner Duggar. Here. Commissioner Myers. Vice Mayor Stone.
Here.
Mayor Johnson.
Here. Before we get started, we've got some legal business we've got to take care of. Received this letter from our attorney, William L. Gallagher, today. It's regarding the city of South Pittsburg, Marion County, and the County Library Board. It says, Dear Mary Henson, as you know, I currently represent both the city of South Pittsburg and Marion County as city and county attorney, respectively. It has now become apparent to me that the interests of the city and county or may become adversely to one another with respect to the operation, oversight, control, and or funding of Beene, Pearson Public Library in South Pittsburgh. As such, it is my understanding from Rule 1.7 of the Tennessee Rules of Professional Conduct that I should withdraw from representation of both parties on all issues pertaining to libraries in general, the Beene Pearson Public Library, the County Library Board, the funding of such, and any other matter related thereof. Please accept this letter as my official notice of withdrawal effective immediately. I encourage you to seek placement of legal counsel on these matters as soon as possible. Respectfully, William L. Galvin. All right, we have that, I guess we need a motion to accept. Second? Commissioner Allen?
Yes.
Commissioner Duggan, I'm sorry. Commissioner?
Commissioner Dagger,
Yes.
Commissioners Ronnie Myers.
Yes.
Commissioner Stone. Mayor Smith.
Yes. And with that, we sought special counsel for this, pertaining to the library situation. Our Attorney Gallagher was gracious enough to get in touch with our esteemed Judge Ronnie Blevins, Jay Blevins, and he has agreed to represent us if we so see fit. So I would entertain a motion.
Make a motion to accept Mr. Blevins as attorney for the library situation going on.
Second.
Commissioner Allen,
Yes.
Commissioner Duggan.
Yes.
Commissioner Myers.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Stone. Mayor Smith.
Yes. All right, next is citizens' comments. We had one person on the agenda. She withdrew her comment. It being on the agenda, anyone that would like to speak on the library may do so.
I would like to speak. So, Mayor Henson, members of the board, thank you for allowing me the time to speak. The budget that we've been taking our numbers from is from March of this year and does not reflect the fact that Carolyn Stewart Municipal Library's funds will go to the city of Jasper. The Marion County Library Board will only have $195,000, not $292,000 that is currently listed on the budget. That means that Beene Pearson will only receive $43,831.72 after subtracting the salary of executive director and the miscellaneous column. Opting to remain under the control of the Marion County Library Board will cost Beene Pearson Public Library and the citizens of South Pittsburg $53,000. Personally, I would also like an explanation of what the $39,000 budgeted for miscellaneous is going to be spent for. We've all seen Ms. Hogan's hearing. A Marion County Library Board member openly admitted to serious payroll problems. There are many more issues to consider. The lack of representation of South Pittsburg on the board, failure to document meeting minutes accurately on their website, hiring procedures, and one that I find laughable is that they recently misidentified their tax status as a 9013C in a press release. To my knowledge, no such tax status exists. I can see no reason and no possible benefit for the citizens of South Pittsburg to remain under this board. I suppose that's why the board voted wisely in June to pull out of the Marion County Library Board. If this board now flip-flops and refuses to follow through, who will respect future actions that the board may take? You've all seen your constituents fill this room the past few meetings. I'm sure you've noticed the same people filling county commission meetings. In fact, many of these meetings have been standing room only. These people are not here because they support Henry Lodge and the Marion County Library Board. We're here because we want to see Beene Pearson Library employees treated fairly, and because we want to see Beene Pearson Library become Beene Pearson Municipal Library. We want to see it run by the citizens of South Pittsburg and a board of South Pittsburg citizens. That's our agendas. If you're going to vote against this, what is your agenda? When you're up for re-election, do you intend to look these people in the eye and ask them for their vote? And lastly, do you expect to get that vote? Mayor, members of the board, thank you again for allowing me to speak.
Anyone else? Last time for public comment. All right, it's time to move on. Resolution 1049. Authorization for the Board of Mayor and Commissioners of South Pittsburg, Tennessee, in compliance with Tennessee Code Annotated dated 10-3-103 to establish Beene Pearson Library as an independent public library of its own.
Could
We
you
have-
read that, please?
Uh,
Could you read the proclamation or the resolution so everybody can hear it?
You wanna read that for us?
Sure, I'll be glad. Don't have it on you, but I'll stand up, so maybe you can hear me. So resolution number 1049, authorization for the Board of Mayor and Commissioners of South Pittsburg, Tennessee, in compliance with Tennessee Code annotated 10-3 or 10-3-103, to establish the Beene Pearson Public Library as an independent public library of its own. Whereas, for at least the last 50 years, the Marion County Library Board has been the library board for the Jasper, South Pittsburg, and Louisville libraries. But now the city of South Pittsburg desires to establish Beene Pearson Public Library as an independent free library operating existing under the city's management. And whereas in accordance with Tennessee Code annotated Title 10, Chapter 3, pertaining to the establishment and management of public libraries, the library will be governed by a newly formed municipal library board, which shall be free to all inhabitants and shall continue to extend the privileges and facilities of the library to persons residing in and outside of the city. And whereas in accordance with Tennessee Code annotated Title 10, Chapter 3, the city's legislative body will appoint a library board consisting of 7 members. The members shall serve without salary, at least 3 members for initial 1 year, 1 year terms, 2 members for initial 2-year terms, and 2 members for initial 3-year terms. All successors shall serve for terms of 3 years. Board members may serve 2 consecutive terms and may be reappropriated after a minimal 3-year break in service. And whereas, further, the library board shall elect officers and adopt its own bylaws and regulations. The library board shall have the authority to direct all affairs to the library, including the authority to appoint a library administrator, who for payroll, employment benefits, retirement, and insurance purposes, shall be an employee of the city. Such administrator shall direct the internal affairs of the library, including hiring and directing assistants or employees as may be necessary in compliance with the city's library budget. The library board may make and enforce rules and regulations and establish branches of service at its discretion. In addition, the library board may expend funds for the special training of library personnel in compliance with the city's library budget, provided that such personnel shall agree to work in the library for at least 2 years after completion of such training. And whereas the municipal library board will provide an annual financial report to the Board of Mayors and Commissioners of the preceding year's expenditures and operational receipts, and the library accounts shall be audited as part of the city's annual audit under the City Board of Mayor and Commissioners. And whereas the Board of Mayor and Commissioners strongly believe that the time has come to move forward with full library ownership and oversight to strategically grow and expand the facility and its programs to better meet the needs of the city and its residents. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Mayor and Commissioners of the City of South Pittsburg has elected to form an independent municipal library board that will provide uninterrupted library services while simultaneously maintaining established professional and fiduciary relationships with Marion County, Stones River Regional Library, and the Tennessee State Library and Archives. The establishment of a municipal library board will allow the city to strategically plan to expand and maintain the existing facility while providing focused oversight, guidance, and management of the same.
Do I have a motion to approve?
No. I want to, make a motion to table this resolution till a further date due to the information I'm receiving from the Marion County Library Board, budget expenditures. The numbers are not agreeing, and we have not seen numbers, accurate numbers. We have not seen, accurate numbers from the Marion County, board of what is gonna be given to the numbers, because the numbers are not agreeing. And I would like to move this to the next scheduled meeting to give me a little bit more time to get the exact numbers where I can present it to the board here and the mayor.
Do we have a second for that?
I'll second.
Okay. We have a motion to do this. Wait till the next meeting.
Commissioner Allen,
Yes.
Commissioner Duggar, yes, Commissioner Myers, Vice Mayor Shum,
Yes.
Mayor Hanson.
Abstain. All right, so,
Wait a minute. We're public, and we have the right to know why you abstain from the vote.
because that's what I want to do.
No, you're required to give us a reason why you abstain on a vote of a resolution.
Can't hear you, Jay.
Yeah, if there's some kind of conflict of interest, he has to disclose that. But I'm not sure that's why he's abstaining, so.
I don't see where the numbers aren't matching up. That's my issue with it, if you wanna know. We've got numbers that were posted out there that are totally incorrect, that's been all over Facebook, everywhere else. We have a Marion County Library Board 24-25 budget in front of us, where we received $87,357.02. If we remain in the board, we received $97,597.39 this year.
No, that's not right, Sean.
Whoa, I got the floor.
I know you do.
That is absolutely correct. I have talked to him in the county mayor's office about 10 times today about it, and that is correct. The
Jasper's money is not taken away from that, Sean, the 292,000. Jasper's money is still in that number,
order, I'm speaking.
but you're not making
I'm
sense.
speaking. I mean, we got 87,000 last year, we got 92 this year.
Can't do it the way that they're doing it,
Well,
Sean.
you're right, you can't do it with the way what the county's giving them, but I mean, that's our money. They can't take our money back from us. Once it's appropriated under our memorandum of understanding, it's ours, and it is ours. And I'm ready to move forward and get this thing one way or the other. But, I
Well,
mean, everybody's
you're presenting what was given to me. And let me give you the example of the actuals. The actuals that was given to me this morning, I asked for last week. This come from the library, executive director. The actuals for the Beene Pearson Library Board is 79,000 versus what you just said. So there's a delta. I wanna know why there's a delta on every one of these line items. When you do a budget, and there's parentheses here of equipment, budgeted $5,749.08, and then actuals in parentheses, $5,749.08, maintenance, $4,649.07, in parentheses, $4,649.07, legal, $3,900, actual $3,900 parentheses. What does the parentheses tell me? We pay for the maintenance of the Beene Pearson Library. The library board don't pay for that. So where is that money of $4,649.07?
that I can't answer.
That's the reason I want more answers.
Okay,
I'll be glad to give you that.
fine.
I'd like to make a motion that we have a workshop with some county commissioners to try to get on the same page. This is, I'm with Mike on this, and I'm sorry to Mr. Allison. I think he was gonna bring me some information. I didn't read it this morning. I just barely got in on two wheels to make this meeting, so, but I'd like to see real numbers myself. We need a second for a workshop, or is it just a request?
This one's a request.
So, yeah, go ahead and make a motion.
I would not like to set a date right now.
I mean, that's
I mean-
fine. I just, before the next meeting, it needs to be put to bed anyway. So, can you give it a second, you give it on, you agree upon date, or?
You need that? Yeah. I made a motion. For the workshop, elected officials from the court, right? Is that what your motion is? Talk about the specifics of the numbers, why? Okay. So now you need a second.
I need to rescind my vote and then make another motion contingent upon,
Agree upon date, because you can't go ahead and there.
I rescind my vote, and I would like to make a motion contingent upon, agree upon date that we have amongst the board, we'll have enough for a quorum, and meet with city, county officials, and get real numbers.
We have a second?
I'll second it.
Commissioner Allen?
Yes.
Commissioner Douglas? Yes. Commissioner Myers? Vice Mayor Strong?
Yes.
Mayor Higgins?
Yes. Ordinance 860, second reading, public hearing, ordinance amending annual budget for the city of South Pittsburg for fiscal year 2025.
Sure.
Before we go into.
Last meeting, we voted, last regular meeting, we voted on ordinance number 860 to fund the Princess Library to the tune of Princess Stephen, I'm sorry, in the tune of $250,000, $25,000 for advertising, $10,000 for concessions, $215,000 for entertainment. It was passed. This ordinance needs a second reading for approval. And also, the mayor would have to adjourn this meeting, go into a public hearing to allow for comments, close that, and open it back up. And then vote on this bill.
All right, we adjourn for public comment.
These questions are addressed to Laura Gower.
What do you?
People are gonna see the name tag and then you did.
I have something to say. I just don't understand why we're giving money to the rail steers, pressure, all that. We're dealing with that other project. Why don't we fix our city hall? I mean, I don't get that. I don't. I really don't. That drives me crazy. Let's fix our city hall first before we do all this other stuff. I'm just saying, that's the way I feel. That's crazy to me. You have a beautiful city.
Do you have a grant?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love to see it next year, get me a grant.
Yeah, we are looking at different options. I've spoken to the commission about the grants options. Yeah.
Chasing the tail
Yeah.
end. This is supposed to be about the ordinance, so if there are no comments, we're back in session.
So we got a copy of the ordinance 860?
Yes, sir, it's in the back. You had one last month as well. It's the same thing.
Same thing. Motion to approve.
Everyone has a copy.
Beth made the motion to approve. Second. I'll second.
Commissioner Allen?
My gut says no.
Commissioner Douglas? Yes.
Princess Theater contract.
Last month, I presented this board with a draft contract, entering into an agreement with Listen, it's hot, and I got this hot.
It's real
I
hot.
talked to the AC on? It is 68, but I talked to the brewers multiple times, I'm sorry. But the contract, we had some questions, they had some questions, we worked through those, and I have before you the contract that we're ready to move forward with. I think the issues have been worked out. There was a question about the insurance that they needed down there. They checked into that, and I think you're there.
Yeah.
And I entertain any questions this board might have about the contract. And I know Billy, city attorney, has been over it, and so there are no issues there.
Have we got a plan yet for the first 3 months, first 6 months, our first year, which we're going, and is that?
Yeah, we have a lot of ideas, but we cannot put anything into writing, sign any contracts until tonight was voted on. You just can't. We can't sign a contract with anybody until a contract and a budget were voted on. So we have lots of things in motion. I've been in touch with lots of vendors, lots of artists, lots of local groups that we plan to do some fundraisers there on. We have set, a website's already ready to launch as soon as we can pay for it. And we have also set a rental fee schedule. We just need to fine tune our renter contract for folks that want to rent it and get that passed by Billy. So yeah, but I mean, you can't make an official plan until we're approved and the money's in place, because that's just bad business. So, any other questions?
Commissioner Allen, we'll have the ability to meet with brewers, with regards to any workshops, and it should be added on the agenda every month. Any questions? We should be getting, we will be getting on everything moving forward as far as planning and scales.
And to add to what she said about in addressing your question, we already have a grand reopening kickoff plan. We're just waiting on the okay where you can actually book those things, because a lot of these companies, especially like movie companies, and then promoters that you work with for artists, you want to make sure your first deal is done correctly, and you want to make sure that they're walking into a theater that's ready to welcome their artist or their acts. Because if you have a bad interaction the first time, they talk, and then it makes it harder to bring in people in the future.
Well, my biggest concern is we're approving a budget of $250,000 plus $44,000 for pure management, and we may spend $250,000 and the $44,000 pure management the first year. We may not get $5,000 back without a plan. I mean, we've had people come in here and present, wanting to buy our land that we had there. They had plots ready, they had the builders ready before we even voted on it. We had voted for it. That's my biggest concern, that we're sitting here not in a great financial shape, but we're spending money left and right, and our taxpayers are still chomping at the bit because we raised taxes 134.5%, and are we going to see a 50% return, 60% return, or 10% return the first year?
I think we addressed this in the first meeting of the voting of our contract. We talked with Michael and came up with this budget. Theaters like this, of this size, even theaters 200 seats more, do not turn a profit. The profit that you see is business coming into your city. It's the business coming into the restaurants. We will do everything we can to turn a profit with side rentals and private rentals, but in a 350-seat theater, we cannot ask our community every weekend to pay $60 and $70 for a ticket to see a show. We know that won't work here. People complain about paying $10 to go to the Cornbread Festival. So we know a $60 to $70 ticket price. You know, everyone wants to see, you know, these big names, and that's just not feasible in that theater. The purpose of this theater, I feel like, is to bring people into this community and bring tax revenue to our local businesses that way. And have something for our community members to do. There's currently nothing here to do for things outside of sports, and so that's really what it's going to be for the first year as we figure out what works in this community and what doesn't. There's been a few things done down there. Rod had a lot of events that worked, but then there's been people in between that managed it, and the things didn't work. So it's just something we have to play around with. We have plans. We've reached out to people for quotes, but we cannot sign contracts with people until we're in a contract.
And to add on to that, my bachelor's degree is in music business. So you can't compare a land development with programming a performing arts venue because it's apples and oranges. You have to have years in advance planning for a land development, but you can't reach out to book someone and say, well, you know, eventually we'd like to get you in there when they're booking dates years in advance. So yes, you will have a plan and you will be kept in the loop with everything, but you have to understand that running that business and going about programming like that is very different than bringing in a real estate development.
No, but y'all got the experience here that you know that the first 3 or 4 months I could have this volume of people coming in versus not. I mean, to me, that's a plan.
It's a gamble. It's like going to Vegas.
Yeah, we're gambling. We're gambling for $290,000 for the first year of our taxpayers' money, not knowing are we going to get $10,000 back or are we going to break even. I want to break even with Prince's because, like you said, yeah, we're going to get revenue off of people possibly eating with other restaurants maybe opening up. Yeah, we're going to get revenue, but I don't think we'll get enough revenue to offset that delta that we're going to be getting. I mean, that's just my feeling.
Do you know how much you're spending a year right now with Princess Watson's Disney?
$75,000.
All right, that's all I have to say.
Yeah, right. But you have a potential return on investment also.
If you can bring in an artist,
If.
go find me an artist with a name that brings people into this place for less than $40,000.
I mean, that's just my feeling. Come back and show me difference and I'll push and we'll break it up again.
Well, what would you like to see?
I mean, I can get a contract, we get this. Tell us what you're gonna first do
I
for
can't,
the
but
first 3 months.
the city voted last year and gave someone $15,000 with absolutely no plan, did nothing, and they ran out of town with it. You have someone who's proven they're experienced.
I agree, they made a bad decision on it.
We have plans. I cannot book anyone. I cannot book anyone until I'm in a contract with the
That's
venue.
what I just said, that's what I just said. We're fixing to give you the money, it's getting passed.
Yeah.
So, in another month or 6 weeks, whatever, come back to us with a plan. You're gonna go from October to December.
I can come back to you in September. The people that
Good.
we're planning on having an event in August.
Okay, what we need to do is, we need, just a motion to approve Princess Theater contract. Motion approved. No, we did a motion to amend the budget. Yeah. We got a motion. I need a second.
I'll second it.
We have a second.
Commissioner Allen?
This is for the contract with them, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Commissioner Dover? Yes. Commissioner Myers? Vice Mayor Strong?
Yes.
Mayor Hughes?
Yes. Next on the agenda, police car lease.
So, the chief and I got together, I met with each department head when I took this position 3 months ago. And, we made a list of things we need. And on the chief's, the top of his list was Beene. And, so We solicited some bids from Moss Motor Company, purchased 3 new police trucks, and we got the bid back. It's in your packet. We can purchase the 3 vehicles for a total price of $142,800. And if we get them on a lease, the cost would be $4,480 per month. And we can also pay that on an annual cost of $51,633. And that's their bid. No, excuse me, the quote. And Chief, if you would like to add anything to that about the cars, I think you can speak better to what they will have on them, but there's a list in your packet as to what the cars will come with. And that would be 3 F-150 4x4.
Yes, sir. The vehicle that we requested, is replaced with these Dodgers that we currently, if you look at my maintenance budget on the vehicle that I have now, we're spending more per month on maintenance for some of these other vehicles that I have versus purchasing new vehicles. I have 3 that should have gone 3 years ago. And when it came to me, I believe my original was only 5 months, 3 months. It's just how you want to look at what we want to spend. 3 vehicles gets me into a 3-year state to the point that on next year's budget, I probably won't have to ask for one. Probably the year after that I'll ask for 3 more. But we have to get into a rotation of these vehicles so we're not in the shape that we're in right now. I mean, there's not a week that can go by that I'm not spending, or I'm sorry, the city's not spending $800-900 for transmission and stuff like that. My cars aren't driven hard, but they're driven a lot. So that's the reason I asked for this.
I think he's correct, the vehicle maintenance is $45,000.
So when you look at that versus this time we're going with a local vendor who is going to rig the vehicles out instead of someone who is out of Daisy or I'm using a local vendor. That money is going to be kept inside our community.
Motion?
Make a motion to accept the lease contract.
We got a second? We have a motion and a second?
Commissioner Allen?
Yes.
Commissioner Douglas? Yes. Commissioner Myers? Vice Mayor Stoneman?
Yes.
Mayor Witcher?
Yes. Motion to adjourn. Mr. Stone, I got a second.
Yes. Second.
Commissioner Allen?
Yes.